So this is what we got done as stage 1. Flip the aircon 180 degrees, flip the hatch 180 degrees, disassembled the back of the caravan, wheel arch molds and everything off, strip the stickers, strip the front of the van, and took the awning off, which is up there. So today we're going to plywood and sheet the front of the van. The rear is going to take a little bit because I'm going to convert that to an electric winch, so that'll all be stage 2. So that's what we got done for stage 1. So we have that all screwed in. It's tucked up into that lip. So now Josh is marking, this will be the Aluma panel outer skin. So we're going to mark it so we can screw that on and seal it. So we'll Sikaflex and seal that on. And then that will almost look like a completed, we've got some aluminium angle to go down here as well, but I probably won't put that on till after I've painted it, because I want to paint them black and this will be green, so it'll be easier to paint them black, leave them off until the colour's on the trailer, and then rivet them on so it's not less mask. So there it is, all screwed on. We probably used way too many screws, but I'd rather use too many than not enough. And once it's all painted green or black or whatever we decide, you're not going to see the screws anyway. Although it doesn't have the clean look down the sides of the camper, which has no screws. But anyway, so we'll just make some 40 by 40 angle to cap the ends, and then when I cut the chassis off, the front of the chassis off, we'll cap that bottom edge as well. So I've done a couple of sneaky little days without filming a whole lot. Just a lot of little stuff that's just got to be done. That's pretty boring, I think, for filming. So anyway, this one's maybe not so boring, but so diesel heater. It's going to get cold. So I'll show you what I've done. This is the one out of the back of the Unimog. So this is an all-in-one self-contained unit. I know most of you have seen the ones where you've got to mount the, I don't know, the motor as such, whatever you want, a burner under a bed or under a seat or something. You've got to mount the tank outside, then you've got to mount a pump, you've got to wire, blah, 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 blah. Well, this one, it's 8 kilowatts, so it's a bit big for this van, but never be too big, as they say. There it is. So that's an all-in-one unit. So just got to run 12 volt to the back of it there. And yeah, that's it. It's remote control. I don't have the remote units at home, but so it's just an all-in-one unit. The diesel holds 5 litres of diesel in there. So yeah, I'm going to have to fill it up every now and then, but it's a lot less fucking around than mounting a tank, mounting the burner, mounting a pump. Then you get wires running around everywhere, little fuel line running around everywhere. This is all a self-contained unit. I think it cost me 165 bucks off eBay. So there you go, people. That's, and you know, it's straight into where the duct is. The duct would have obviously been better a bit further over, but you know what, it is what it is. And we've still got some storage left next to it under the seat. So that's one job I've done. I'll give you a bit of a showdown on what else we've been sorting. One of the other jobs on the list was pulling all the wiring. These are all the, excuse me, they're all the water lines, fittings and stuff in the box, but they're all the water lines that are underneath it, taps and full grows and the wiring. So that's another thing that I was disassembling all today. So come around the other side, you might see a little bit better, but probably not. So get down here. So we're still stuffing around getting rid of all the wiring that goes to all the brakes and the taillights and stuff. So all the water hoses, you know, they came out of the tank here and here and they ran across. There's the drain for the sink is still there, and that's the main feed here for the tap. So we're disconnecting all that, and then I'll pull the water tank out. The water tank's no good to us because we're going to mount, it's probably the closest you guys are going to get to the chassis thing for a while. So there's the drawbar. Oh, there's the exhaust out for the diesel heater, which will then go through the tray of the MOG when that's all sorted. So drawbar, we're going to cut it off here. So that bit, I'm going to weld some tabs on, and that's what will bolt to the tray of the MOG. So you look at it side on, you know, I think it's 40 mil lower than this outside edge of the trailer caravan. So yeah, so all these things will get chopped off, all the legs and everything. So hence why that water tank's got to go. It sits lower than the drawbar, and the drawbar's got to come off. So hence that's all going in the bin. Bit of a sneaky did all the gas, so everything's inside now. So got rid of the gas bottle up the front. But yeah, so that's where we're at today. Not much else to do today. I'll finish taking the water tank out and tidy up all this wiring. If all goes to plan, I would like to have it ready for painting, hopefully, by the end of next week, or this week coming tomorrow. So what we've decided down the sides here, people, originally I was going to just try and fill in the wheel arches, but we're actually going to 250 mil up. As much as I hate this shit with a passion, 250 mil up, we're just going to checker plate all around the sides and paint the checker plate black, and then this grey is going to be the green that you see, the camo, that green that's the camo on the MOG. So I think green with the black trim won't look too bad. Then when I'm bored at camp, I'm tempted to just sit there and neatly by hand do like contour lines all through the green, black contour lines. I like that sort of matte look, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, so we'll finish taking the water tank out, and the other thing I want to do with the plumbing, I understand why they've done it, but we're going to change it. So if we go under this side, that's where, I don't know, can you see that very well? I don't know if you can. These two hoses here, they're the two hoses. That's a sink drain, and that's the water feed for the sink, the pump on the sink, the pump tap. See, they're on the inside of the chassis rail, because obviously the water tank was over there. So I'm going to move them from, I'm laying under the vans, there's probably not a lot of room, move them from here out to here, because you've lost nearly a whole cupboard space by having, I'll show you from the inside, you lose nearly a whole cupboard space by having them, and I can have them out here because the drain will go there, so we can, sorry, can you see, go here somewhere, so you can drain, if you like, hook a hose up to it like when you're at camp. And the water feed for that tap is going to be from the tank, which will be at that end of the, like near the headboard. So I can run that hose through this bulkhead. I'll just drill a couple of, through this bulkhead I'll just drill a hole and rubberize it and run the hose through there. So I'll show you why I want to move them. So you come in here, again, I don't know, I should go get the light. You see you lose that, nearly that whole, so the hoses come out in the front of this pocket here. So you lose all that space back there because it's full of hoses. So I want to move the hoses to that far side, so you sort of gain, not that it's a huge amount of storage, but it all helps. So once I've moved them, again it'll make sense. So I'll get onto it. There we go, water tank is out. Alright, so trying to make this a little bit better for you. That's where the original holes are. Put a light in here now. So you can see you lose nearly from there to there because the hoses run. So I'm going to put them right at the back there, and yeah, it should give us a lot more space in the cupboard. Well, that's not much chop. The battery fell apart. There we go, two new holes. I'll get in there and vacuum it all out. So we're 2 holes, one for the tap feed and one for the drain, and that gives us an idea of how much more room we're going to have in the cupboard. Project on the conversion. We are going to convert that into that. I was a little bit concerned that the winch would have a lot of run on. So I'm going to put limit switches in it so you can't just wind the roof clean off it, and the cables won't get too slack when you lower it. But the winch has a good brake in it, so that gets no run on, which is good. So we're actually going to leave this winch here as a backup. So I'm going to mount the electric one to the back of it. We'll bore a hole in here, run the cable through, take this steel cable off. I'm going to run. That's got a shit ton of, well, not a shit ton, but too much that we need. So I'm going to run some of that rope onto this winch and just leave it down here as a spare. Weld a nut onto this back side so that if we have to, we can access it through here. And just as a fail-safe, because I can and I want to. The only drawback with doing this electric winch is that this has got to go on that way, so I'm gonna have to bore a hole through this wood, so half the motor is going to be in this cubby hole to the side. Unfortunately there's not a lot I can do about that, so yeah, that's the only drawback is, you know, from here in, that's going to sit in, which I'm going to make a box to cover it, but that'll sit in through that bit of wood. Should have covered all that shit up first, eh? We should have covered all that mess up. Anyway, that worked out quite well, didn't it? So I mentioned before that there's very little runoff on or overrun on the winch. So this is, if you watch, it stops instantly, which is the brake on it is very good. So I'm extremely happy about that. We're still going to put limit switches on, but it means that the winch won't run on, and you know, you struggle to get it to start and stop at the right spot. Alright, off Josh! This cable goes through the same way, just tight. It's only got a knot tied in it, but that was more than enough to hold it. So cable all the way up, that one's mounted, so we're going to put some rope on this, weld a nut, so at least we've got a reserve backup plan. And here we go. done. So next part of the winch conversion, which you've all seen go up and down, is we have these. Where are they? So they're limit switches. So you can hear it clicking. So this is going to go, there'll be two of them. One will go here so that when the winch comes, it gets to wherever. About there, you would have heard it click. And that'll turn the winch off. So that this solenoid here, or limit switch, will go into the solenoids for the winch. So when I wind it up, that'll work and just hold the up button, and when that clicks, it'll turn the winch off. And subsequently I'm going to put one at the other end, so it does the same down there. Just, you know, idiot proof it basically. That way anyone can use it, put it up and down, and we don't risk tearing all the cables and pulleys out of it. So yeah, I'll get on to, I've started making the bracket, so I've just got to put mount it and slot some holes so that we can actually adjust the switch once we get them wired up. Because see, you can hear it clicking, so you need it to be right on the money when it's adjusted. Anyway, that's the next stage. Alright, so this is the limit switch. You can hear it clicking. That's the start of the bracket I've already made. I've already put a little bit of a fold in it. So what I need to do is put two holes in this section and slot them so that I've got some adjustment. The good thing with the limit switches are that they're actually tapped and threaded. So you only need to drill holes and it'll bolt to it. So I'll go ahead and mark some holes, and they're going to be very primitive slots, but I'll show you an easy way of doing that. So you would have seen I've just drilled two holes. Now the easy way to slot something like this is have a mill and run a cutter in and slot it, but because there's not a lot of weight on it, if you just slot with a grinder, just cut out that side and cut out that side, you end up with two slots, and you just got to space the screws and it becomes adjustable. So this will have 15 mil of adjustment, and you can do it yourself. I don't have to you know, set the mill up and do it. I mean, I could do it, I'm just showing you an easy way of doing it. So I'm going to use the bandsaw rather than a grinder, but I'll go and slot them and I'll show you the after effects. So there we go, two slots. Just an easy way of doing it if there's not a whole lot of weight going on it, and there's not. So that gives me 15 mil of adjustment on that limit switch. Alright, so that's where it's going to sit. Now if you listen very carefully, if I shut up, you'll hear it click. Did you hear that? Come back. Click. Click. So that's going to be turning it off. So I'm going to put a little mark right there in the middle of my slot. So then I've got some wiggle room each way, and then I can put the screw in, and then we can muck around a bit more. Alright, so there it is. You can hear it click, click. So I need to adjust that a little bit till it clicks and then do it up. You'll hear it ever so carefully. There. And then we'll do it up, and then that's it. So obviously I can't show you now because it's clicked it, but that's if it's make sure that your top's up enough that you can get the door down and set the door. So get the height of your van the right height so that you can set the door up, and then yeah, put that in. Now we'll turn around and we'll go the other end and set one up for the other end. I'm also toying with at the moment, because the camper, you know, is eye height on the Mog, and then you've got all that up there. It's hard to tuck the canvas in, so I'm toying around with some different, see how tight we've got to make an elastic sort of strip around the caravan to fold it all in. No different to a rooftop tent really, but if I can get it predominantly all to fold in, then I'll be happy. So it seems to do a good job to about there. Then I've just got to, which isn't bad, because I'll be able to reach that from where I'll be on the Mog, or even with a little step ladder. So yeah, so that's not too bad. But yeah, so it sort of gets to there before I have to sort of tuck it in, where normally, you know, it's a lot further down. And the winch probably sounds worse on camera than it actually is, but anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, so it's not too bad. Little bit of helping hand. Never killed anyone. Not sure about these corners, they seem to lift up a lot. Don't know if I like that. Whoa. Alright, so now that appears to be down. I've taken a little bit of tension up on it because I don't want these. This is the big issue with all the cables and the pulleys, from what I can work out, is when people pack them up, they let too much tension off these, and then they pop off the wheels and cause all kinds of shit. So there's still a bit of tension on that, so that's where I'm going to set the limit switch, and yeah, hopefully. So if we come back up here, you can see this limit switch is still sitting here, and so that's I need to tighten it because it's loosening a little bit. But there's the other one all mounted up. I need to change the screws that just ran out, so they're just temporary for the moment, but it all works, adjusted. I'll just replace them one at a time, and Bob's your uncle. So there we go. Now to wire them up and make sure it all works. I've adjusted the switch, so we have just a tiny bit of preload on that. I've already done that one up, so you can't see. So there's only a little bit of, so there's no effort at all to do it, but still retains a fair amount of tension on the cables so that they can't pop off. Alright, done. So once it's all wired in, then I'll show you how that worked. So look, Pete wired up my limit switches, and this is how it's going to work.